Talk about the emotion right now, right? I mean, I know there's still one more step to go, right? But getting here is an accomplishment in itself, man. So what's the emotion like for you right now?
If I could keep it very presently right now in this moment, my emotions are I'm very happy today on this Wednesday. You know what I'm saying? I'll share with you real quick a quick story that happened this morning for a minute, real quick. Yeah, like when I woke up this morning on this Wednesday, I was sleeping in the room, you know what I mean? And then one funny story, I was in there, I was having a dream, bro. I was having a dream, and in the dream, I was eating some chicken wings, bro, in the dream. And I was like, oh, wait a minute. Oh, did I eat that? And then I was like, okay. Oh, that was a dream because I'm cutting weight right now or whatever. I'm getting my weight down. So, okay, I didn't eat chicken wings. But then when I woke up, too, from the dream, I woke up and I'm like, whoa, where am I right now? And I was like, this ain't my room. And I'm like, oh, yeah, because you're in that kind of in the days, you know what I'm saying, when you first waking up. And I was like, oh, man, yeah, I'm at the hotel right now. We had the UFC in right now. And all right, I'm here right now at this spot. I was like, all right, cool, man. I'm chilling. My weight's good. My body's good. My spirit's good at this moment. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just very thankful. I'm very thankful at this moment. You know what I'm saying? That, hey, out here and this time right now, do another interview. We chopping it up again. You know what I'm saying? So it's very, very cool. And now, you know what I'm saying? On Saturday, enter the octagon again one more time for another battle. You feel me? My favorite thing on earth. So, hey, it's a blessing for sure. I'm thankful.
Awesome. How would you describe your experience on The Ultimate Fighter? Some people, love the challenge that it presents and enjoy the time, and some people say, I hated it. I'd never go back in that house again. It was terrible. What did you think of your experience on The Ultimate Fighter?
I could say that, yeah. Two things I'll say. Number one, it was the most, as far as my martial arts career goes, it was the most intense thing I had to do in all of my martial arts. I definitely am very thankful for that, for the path that I had to take to make it here to this moment now, going through The Ultimate Fighter. The isolation portion of the tournament like this in round one and round two, living there in this house, you feel me? We're having to grind every single day and train every single day. That was incredible. You feel me? Training twice a day with the Volkanovski team. One of the things that I learned too, you know what I'm saying, is how much my body can take in this sense of we're in here grinding every day, training 2 hours a day on this world championship regiment, you feel me? But then we're in the combination of we're living in the isolation of this crazy house, and then you got to fight. And then, thank God, I got the first victory in the first round. But then 14 days later was the semifinal, and I'm waking up in the morning and my elbow hurts and my leg hurts. And I'm like, and I got to go back to practice, 2 days later, and I got to stay focused. You know what I'm saying? And so all I would tell myself was literally just like, hey, man, this is it. This is life right now. You know what I mean? You're in the pain, and it's all good. You know what I mean? Forget about it. You know what I'm saying? You're just here. Just keep going. Just keep going. And that is the story I could say real quick on a small portion of that, of how the intensity of the isolation was crazy because we don't have our family, we don't have our friends, we don't have no coach, or we don't have our home coaches, you know what I'm saying? But shout out to our coaches we had, though, for the Volkanovski squad, because they made us we were all close with the coaching staff, and as well, my friends on Blue Team, too, we all were very close, you know what I'm saying? So we made that brotherhood, sweating together, grinding together every day. So the isolation part, it was very crazy and unique, you know what I mean? Because we got to do it for 6 weeks, in comparison to, other times you just win that one fight, you know what I mean? And you get signed, and that's awesome too, you know what I mean? But I'm very thankful that I had to go through the tough path, you know what I mean? Literally the tough path and the tough path to UF, you know what I mean? So I'm happy for sure. That was great. And also too, it was fun too. I'm not going to lie. It was fun. It was a lot of that pain too, but hey, I was having a good time too. So real talk.
That's awesome, man. Well, you made it to the finals. You know the opportunity that's in front of you. Facing a teammate, though, right? You talked about the closeness there. I mean, does that make this more challenging and more difficult for you to have to face a teammate, or is it easy to put that aside and just say, I'm going for what's mine, basically?
Facing one of my teammates from the Volkanovski squad in Brady, it doesn't make it any more difficult. You feel me? The challenge of a high intensity mixed martial arts fight is a incredible challenge all in its own every time that you step into the ring and into the heat of battle. Anytime you fight, whether you're fighting in the octagon or you're fighting in the desert or in the beach or in a snowy mountain in the north side, it's always a fight is a fight, and it's always a challenge. It's a very intense and crazy situation we put ourselves in as martial artists, So I just have stayed focused on that task at hand, that I have another opponent in front of me. It's Brady. It's all respect between me and him, you know what I mean? All respect before, after the fight, you know what I'm saying? But inside the octagon, we both know what we signed up for. It's time to fight. We're going to have to settle it on Saturday for sure, you know what I'm saying?
Do you take anything out of like the training sessions that you guys had? I mean, do you feel like, I know everything this guy does. I know every move he makes. Is it, do you feel like you can scout him based off your experiences together?
Yeah, I guess without giving away too much, I would say that that's just the interesting, weird part. You know what I mean? Usually, when you're fighting an opponent, it's another person, and they're like somewhere else on the other part of the globe. You know what I mean? And you don't know them until you get to see them on the day of the fight. You just study tape or whatever. But yeah, this is the first time that actually I have to fight a person that I actually trained with every day for the 5 weeks, 6 weeks we were there interacting, but we were training together, and obviously, we were having great conversations together, joking together, cooking together, you know what I'm saying? We're playing games, playing chess, you know what I'm saying? Playing cards, you know what I'm saying? Doing all that stuff, So obviously we interacted a lot during our time, you know what I mean? Me and Brady and me and all the boys on Blue Team, like I said, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, it definitely adds a different dynamic to it, you know what I mean? Probably the only time it would be like this is on The Ultimate Fighter, right? You know what I mean? So hey, it makes for the Ultimate Fighters interesting, bro. You know what I mean? I'm glad I got to be a part of it for sure. And Saturday, it's time for the conclusion of it all. Let's go.
That's awesome. I would say last thing for me, that conclusion. I mean, what's it going to mean to you in your life to win the Ultimate Fighter? It's been a journey to get here. You'll have a UFC contract. You'll have the notoriety of being on this show. What will this victory mean to you?
For me, winning on Saturday, what would it mean to me? It would mean just an incredible feeling deep in my soul, and deep in my heart. Obviously, as martial artists and as fighters, every time you step into the ring, you step into the octagon, they say, it's like written on the wall at the PI over there, and it says, the invitation is the capturing of the glory. I can remember from my very first fight in Muay Thai inside the ring when I won my very first championship belt at the IKF, as a young boy. And, I won the entire tournament. They held me high. You know what I'm saying? My boys carried me. You know what I'm saying? My boy Morono was there. He right there in the back, too. That's my boy Morono. Great memories. You know what I'm saying? And, they wrapped the belt around me. I can remember I was like 16 years old. And that type of feeling when you win, it's an incredible feeling. And that's why we as fighters, we always step back and risk it all every time. You know what I mean? Over and over again. You're like, oh man, this is so scary. This is so crazy. But I'm doing it again. Oh, and I'm doing it again. Oh, I'm gonna do it again. Whatever. You know what I'm saying? And you take that risk, but you take this risk in search of that feeling that you feel deep in your heart when you conquer the challenge. You know what I mean? Life only gives us tall mountains and tall challenges so that we may rise to the occasion and conquer them. You know what I mean? And the journey pushes us too. You know what I mean? This whole journey of the Ultimate Fighter, but as well through my whole martial arts life. You know what I'm saying? I have another tough challenge in front of me now in Brady. I've prepared myself for this fight. I've prepared myself the best I can. You know what I'm saying? I'm ready for this fight. I'm ready for war this weekend, to capture the title. For me, this is history in the making, you know what I mean? And inshallah, I'm going to do it, you feel me? So I'm ready.
I've got a fun one for you. We've been asking all the fighters something that happened in the house that maybe didn't make it on air that you feel like the fans might have enjoyed. We heard about the howler chugging. We heard about some naked running through the apex. I'm wondering if you had any stories of things that didn't air.
Yeah. You said a couple of them already. Yeah, like you know what I mean. The homie Lampros, he did the howler chug. That was cool. You know what I'm saying. I know Ryder and my boy Battles. Like the last 6 days, they crashed the Ortega practice. They went streaking or something. They were just wilding. You know what I'm saying. But I guess I would say my favorite part that didn't make it onto the show. I get it. They only got 45 minutes to make every episode. But my favorite part was for sure whenever me and the whole blue team, they surprised us. Volkanovski surprised us on the Saturday, and we all got to go out to the Apex on a Saturday and watch UFC Fight Night live. You feel me? And that was incredible. The main event that night was Rodriguez versus Watterson was that night. But the also coolest part of it, too, was the co-main event that night was my boy Morono and Cowboy Cerrone was the co-main that night. And, I had no idea neither. I didn't find out until 2 days, 3 days, 4 days prior when I was at practice because we don't know nothing. And then basically Cowboy came to train with us, and that was an incredible experience too, man, to be able to just dab up Cowboy, train and everything like that. And, tell him man, you're a legend of the sport, bro. All respect to Cowboy. You know what I'm saying? I've been watching him since I was a young boy. And he broke the news. He goes, yeah, I was just sitting here. I was sitting like this on the side. And then Cowboy goes, yeah, I got a new replacement, Diego Sanchez. He's not fighting this weekend. And now I got another guy named Alex Morono. And I look at him, I go, what? I go, wait, what? Morono, that's my brother. I was like, dude, you fighting Morono? And we don't know nothing that's going on because we've been trapped in isolation, And I go, dude, this is insane. Me and Morono, we've been boys since we were teenagers. You know what I'm saying? You fighting him this weekend, he's going to be here. I'm not going to get to see him or nothing because I'm trapped in this isolation house. This is insane. You know what I mean? But then it just so happened, too, that on Saturday, Volkanovski had surprised us, and we all got to go to the fights, you know what I'm saying? We got to get dressed up. They said, take your mics off. We took off those necklaces for 2 hours, you know what I mean? We got to put on clothes, any clothes we wanted. It didn't have to be the same tough clothes we were wearing all season. Got to get dressed up, you know what I'm saying? Looking good. We went into the Apex. Man, I wish I could just really paint the picture for y'all as best we could because they really treated us like we were celebrities when we came in, walking through the halls. I had literally, too, just won my first round fight 2 days prior. I had one on Thursday, and on Saturday we went to the Apex to watch this, and we were like one of the first audience members to go and see live fights. We watched it from the very first prelim fight all the way to the last fight of the night. Incredible fights all night from beginning to end. Even the fighters that were there fighting, they were like, oh, there's people here. And we were like, yeah, let's go. It was all 12 of us. It was all 12, 13 of us from the team. We were just a small little audience, and we were just yelling the top of our lungs, having so much fun. And then, obviously in the co-main event, it was Morono versus Cowboy. And all respect, you know what I'm saying? But it was old boy Cowboy, he a legend, you know what I mean? But I was very happy for Morono that he got the victory, and I saw him, everything like that. It was for a brief, only 60 seconds we saw each other, you know what I mean? But I gave him the biggest hug of my life, you know what I'm saying? And I was in there with the tears, you know what I'm saying? I told him, I go, bro, it's like a dream, bro. It's like we living in a dream. It's like a movie, bro. This is incredible. And that memory will be a memory that I take with myself forever until I'm an old man with gray hair, you know what I'm saying? And it was a great moment between me and my boy Morono. Yay, man. I love you, bro. You know what's up, baby. You feel me, man?